Done? Okay. Welcome to the Tuesday, June 30th, 2026 meeting of the Lewis and Clark County Commission. Please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'll take a minute to introduce the people on this end of the room. To my far left is Jenny Chambers. She is the Director of Public Works and Planning. We have Nadine McCarty. She is keeping track of our activities today and getting them all recorded and put on our website as soon as possible. Commissioner Andy Hunthausen is to my immediate left. Commissioner Candace Payne to my immediate right. I'm Tom Rolfe, chair of the commission this year. We have over here Nico Hash and TJ Murphy from the county attorney's office, and our chief administrative officer, Roger Balls. We would ask that everyone sign the roster on the other side of the bar. And leave us contact information should we need to get back to you. There's also an agenda of today's meeting located there with the sign-up sheet. We've got, this is an exciting next week and all the festivities of our country's 250th anniversary started with a great fanfare this weekend at the Historical Society and the Capitol Building, and it continues on now in great style with events on the 4th and more on the 8th. The city and county are having a big event up at the Capitol Building on the 8th. So I hope you'll take part in those activities. And if you haven't been to the New Heritage Center, you needed to go up there and do that as soon as possible. It's a wonderful addition to our community. Well, let's go ahead and get started. We have consent action items. Mr. Balls.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. You only have one item this morning. It's item 2A on your consent agenda. It's Resolution 2026-61, declaring county property surplus property. Staff recommends approval of that item. Thank you very much.
Any questions from the commission on the consent action item? Any questions from the commission? Any public comment on this? Any public comment on this? Seeing none, do we have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I'd move that we approve consent action item 2A as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion from the commission? Seeing none, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor of approving Resolution 2026-61, declaring county property surplus property, as explained by Mr. Baltz, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Now on to action items. The first is a Resolution 2026-62 to establish the Lewis and Clark County landfill fee rates beginning July 1, 2026.
Good morning, Chair Rolfe, Commissioners. My name is Audra Zacherl, Assistant Director of Public Works. On June 9th, Resolution 2026-40, intent to establish the Lewis and Clark County landfill fee rates beginning July 1st, 2026, was passed to change and update the landfill rates. The Scratch Gravel Solid Waste Board voted to approve the rate changes on April 9th, 2026. Legal ads appeared in the Helena Independent Record on June 13th and June 20th, and written public comments were accepted until 4 p.m. yesterday, June 29th, at the Lewis and Clark County Clerk and Recorder's Office. The following changes are proposed. Adding outside jurisdictional waste tipping fees for Class 2 and Class 4 at $50 per ton and asbestos at $120 per ton. A change of Class 2 special large bulky waste description to special handling bulky waste, and a reduced fee from $150 plus tipping to $25 minimum plus tipping. Increasing the Class 4 tipping fee from $21 to $25 per ton, and adding acceptance of waste is at the sole discretion of the county to the asterisk supporting information that states municipal solid waste Class 2, construction and demolition Class 4, contaminated soil and asbestos rates may be adjusted based on operational assessment that may include volumes, analytics, contract terms, additional processing, and fiscal impacts. Today is the time set for the public hearing. Staff recommends that the Board of County Commissioners approve Resolution 2026-62 to change and update the landfill rates beginning July 1st. Are there any questions?
It looks as though you've gone through and picked out some areas which are more expensive to take care of and have appropriately changed the fees for those, but still trying to keep our normal fees very reasonable.
Thank you for that question, Chair Rolfe. Commissioners, you are correct. We evaluate the landfill rates on an annual basis during the budget process to make sure that we're covering our costs at the landfill. And we try to do the rate adjustment at the same time of the budget hearing.
All right.
Mr. Chair.
Commissioner Randhouse.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much. I just trying to picture myself not being in this job and sitting in my living room right now. And I might be asking, what the heck's a tipping fee? And just a little more explanation of what Class 2 is, what Class 4 is, just so people understand out there that what we're doing. Just a touch of explanation.
Sure, thank you. Chair, Commissioners, tipping is, I think, solid waste jargon for when you cross the scale at the landfill. And the fee is what it costs to tip the waste that you bring into the landfill. So
Per ton.
Per ton, correct. Yep. So that is tipping fee. Class 2, Class 4 is also the type of waste that is being brought into the landfill. And we have a different cell for Class 2, which is considered municipal solid waste, which is your household garbage. And that cell is a lined cell to protect groundwater and the environment. Class 4 is construction and demolition waste. It is an unlined cell because it doesn't take in any type of waste that will leach into the ground.
Great. Mr. Chair, if I could follow
Go ahead, Commissioner.
The other interesting fact about solid waste is it's essentially an enterprise fund. So these fees are charged to pay for the system, if you will. And it doesn't come out of our local property tax the same way as other services in local government do. So just maybe explain that a little bit.
That is correct. Thank you for the question. All of the expenses related to managing and operating the landfill are from our revenues of these tipping fees and the costs that you see in front of you today. We do not receive any funds from the general fund or from property taxes.
So, Mr. Chair, so these fees are based on our best guess looking forward to of what it's going to cost us to actually run the solid waste system and to do the things we need to do to make sure that that service stays viable without having to bounce around and change it each year and those kinds of things, right?
That's pretty much true. I would say it's a little more than a best guess.
Well, I calculated.
We put a lot of thought into how much time and effort goes into managing each type of waste that we bring in and what is in the best interest of the county to recover those costs. Yes.
Yeah, sorry about the term best estimate of what we'll be getting into here in the next few years. So thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much.
Any other questions?
Yes.
Commissioner Payne.
He beat me to the one I was going to ask. What the heck is a tipping fee? But I've got another one. When you and I visited yesterday, one of the things I found really interesting was the special handling. And you were talking. Could you explain what kind of stuff requires special handling?
Thank you for the question, Commissioner Payne. Chairman, Commissioners, special handling or bulky waste is typically we'll take in large tanks that we try to collapse, and then we have to dig a hole and put it in the hole and cover with waste. We also take in evidence from law enforcement agencies that need special handling in that they witness us bury that evidence. Other large bulky waste, we take in mobile homes, we take in boats, we take in a lot of different large items that people are trying to dispose of.
I was particularly intrigued by the idea that the waste from law enforcement, the evidence, requires special handling, and I think that's pretty cool. So do you have a grid? How would you ever find it if you needed to go back and find that evidence? Is it on a grid or a magic wand, or how do you do this?
I would say typically once it's buried, you're probably not going to find it. I mean, the evidence being disposed of is probably not needed any longer in a law enforcement capacity. But we do, on some waste, we do keep track of where it's located in case for different operational reasons. For example, asbestos. We have special handling rules for asbestos. So we want to know where it's located so we don't dig that area up in the future and release the asbestos into the air. So we keep track on a general basis, but not like GPS or anything.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions from the commission? Seeing none, is there any public comment on this? Any public comment on this item? I see no public comment. Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve Resolution 2026-62 to establish the Lewis and Clark County landfill fee rates beginning July 1st, 2026, as explained by Audra Zacherl.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion from the commission?
Mr. Chair.
Commissioner Henhouse.
Just appreciation to the board and to Audra for all the work and the very educated calculations about what we're going to need to run the program. So thank you very much. Appreciate your work. Thanks, Mr. Chair.
All right. Any other comment or discussion on the motion? Seeing none, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor of approving Resolution 2026-62 to establish the Lewis and Clark County landfill fee rates beginning July 1, 2026, as explained by Audra Zacherl. All those in favor say aye.
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 Pose same sign. Motion passes unanimously. The next on our agenda is a Resolution 2026-59, intention to increase the Tri-Lakes Fire Service Area fee schedule.
Good morning, Chair Ralph, Commissioners. My name is Jessica Makus, Special Districts Coordinator for Lewis and Clark County. You have before you today for your consideration Resolution 2026-59 of intention to increase the fee schedule within the Tri-Lakes Fire Service Area. The Tri-Lakes Fire Service Area was originally established as the Lakeside Fire Service Area in 1987. In 2005, Lakeside Fire Service Area and Canyon Ferry Fire Service Area combined to form the present-day Tri-Lakes Fire Service Area to further the public health and safety of residents and property owners in the area. The last increase to fees was made in 2009. During the Tri-Lakes Fire Service Area's April 7th, 2026 Board of Trustees meeting, a motion was made and passed to increase fees in increments by taxable value of improvements. The base rate fee is proposed to be increased from $135 to $50, starting at a taxable value of improvements at $100 and increasing by $20 per additional $1,000 in taxable value of improvements. These are to be capped at $500 for residential properties with no cap for commercial properties. Undeveloped land that is not assessed by another entity providing wildland suppression is to be taxed at 10 cents per acre with a cap of $200 per taxpayer. Upon approval of this resolution of intention, notice will be mailed to each benefiting property, notifying them of the proposed increase and also of the public hearing information where the Board of County Commissioners will consider a final resolution to increase the fee schedule. If the resolution of intention is passed today, this will be scheduled for August 6th, 2026. Staff recommend approval of Resolution 2026-59, intention to increase the fee schedule for the Tri-Lakes Fire Service area. The Tri-Lakes Board of Trustees is present today. I'll introduce Bonnie Jones as a board member, and she can speak a little bit to the fire service area operations and answer any specific questions you have about the fire service area itself.
Good morning, Chair Rolfe and Commissioners. My name is Bonnie Jones. I'm Board Chair for Tri-Lakes Fire Service Area. The main reason we're coming back is it's been so long since we've been here, and back then we were told to come frequently for smaller amounts than wait so long and come for a large amount. Well, we waited way too long, but we're still coming for what we feel is a small amount, a modest request. So just kind of since 2009, our properties have about doubled. So we are providing services to about double the population that we were in 2009. So with that population growth, our fee has also, or our revenue has also increased, which has allowed us to keep the doors open and keep business running. So one of the challenges that we face is that with everything fire related, EMS related, there's expiration dates on everything. And so staying as safe and in compliance with all of those regulations, it obviously costs more and more all the time to replace equipment, apparatus, all of the good things. So we average about 275 calls a year right now. In 2009, our oldest piece of apparatus was a 1970 fire truck. Right now, our oldest is a 1990. So we're still fairly modest in the equipment that we buy, and we like shiny things, but they're new to us. They are certainly not new. So we're very fiscally responsible. We feel like we do a good job in spending taxpayer dollars. We've had to maintain 5 stations and currently have a fleet of 23 vehicles, have made meeting rooms, training rooms. We've added water rescue, ice rescue, and ropes training to our to the services that we provide. Another thing that we're super proud of is that we have dropped our ISO rating to a 6, and it was at a 10 or a 9, somewhere in that level, and we've dropped it to a 6, and we're hoping to go back and lower that to a 5, which on some of the, for instance, a home valued at $500,000, at 10, their insurance premium might be $4,900. At a 6, it's $2,100. So that's huge, the significant decrease in insurance premiums that bringing our department to a level 6, and then a level 5 will further decrease that insurance premium for the residents in our fire service area.
Could you kind of describe for the general public what the boundaries of your district are?
So we're about 105 square miles, and we go to, I'll kind of outline where our stations are, and that kind of gives an idea, but Lake Helena Drive is our border to the west. And so we have Station 1 is up by the Causeway Chalet, and then Station 2 is across the street from Lakeside. So we go to like York Bridge on York Road. Station 3 is on Spokane Creek Road across from the Glass Slipper. And so, Canyon Ferry Lake, Hauser is kind of our northern border. And then our southern border is Highway 12 off of Spokane Creek, that, Highway 12. And to the east, So I did Station 3 is across from the Glass Slipper. Station 4 is across from Yacht Basin on West Shore Drive. And then we have a 5th station, which is super important to our area because it's on the other side of the dam. So any responses over there. But the Station 5 is on East Shore Drive. And our border on the east is Broadwater County, the county line.
And about how many properties are involved?
We believe that there is just shy of 3,300.
One of the bigger volunteer fire departments in our county, and it seems like you keep it, take care of it pretty well from everything we're hearing.
We certainly try. We have a pretty conservative board that tries to manage well and but keep up to date and provide the best service that we're able to provide.
Okay.
So kind of interestingly too, I did some math. So of the roughly 3,300 residents, 3,000 of them are going to have a $50 increase or less per year. So less than 10% is going to have a greater than $50 increase per year. So we feel that that $50 range for 90% of our residents is pretty reasonable.
Okay. And that raise is only after about 17 years or thereabouts.
Yes, the last resolution that was passed was in 2009.
And your intention here is for this to be completed in time to go on the property tax statements that go out in November.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? Commissioner Payne.
I had it all figured out now. Let's talk about, this is a volunteer fire department, correct?
Correct.
About how many volunteers do you have?
Our roster is, it's fluid. It fluctuates, but generally, average, we have about 30.
Oh. That doesn't seem like very many.
It's not, but when you have a good 30, it works well. So we have a good, right now the culture in our fire service area is really good. The chief that we currently have and the officers that he has in place, they do a really great job. We're kind of have that family close knit, that kind of waned for a little bit, but it's back. And so we have very good response out of those 30 individuals. It's a pretty active roster.
Okay, thank you.
All right, other questions? Other questions? This is the map here indicates, kind of shows us what we're talking about. Mainly the area in the green.
Yeah, there's some of that green stretches into East Valley, but the majority of the green is Tri-Lakes.
Okay. All right. Any further questions from the commission? Seeing none, is there any public comment on this? Any public comment?
Mr. Chair, I might have a question for Jessica.
Oh, yes.
Just about process, because the resolution is a resolution of intent. Do we have, just want to make sure I understand the process. Is this the beginning or is this today decision day on this?
That's a great question. Thank you. Chair Rolfe, Commissioner Hunthausen. That's an excellent question. We're just beginning. So first step is for the Board of Trustees to make that motion and pass that in their meeting. Those minutes are required for our resolution of intention as an attachment today. As we look at statute, that's required to be brought before you. And that opens a period of time between 30 and 90 days. You have to go at least 30 days, not more than 90 days, to pass a resolution to actually increase the fee schedule. So the plan is we'll wait about that 30 days, a little bit more than 30 days, and we'll meet back on August 6th for that final resolution to pass the fee. There is no requirement for a levy and assess like we do with rural improvement districts or other types of special districts. So once we have that August 6th resolution, that will be the final step. And then following this, this does have to be published the next 2 Saturdays. It's actually going to be, I think, Friday this week with the holiday. And then legal notice will also go out to all benefiting property owners.
If people want to protest this, where do they send their notice of protest?
Thank you, Chair Rolfe. So Protest instructions or comment instructions will be included on the legal notice that goes out to everybody. I will collect that notice. That does not have to go to our clerk and recorder like a lot of other notices or protest compilations do. So I'll take that and compile it at the special district's office, my office at the Public Works Complex. They can bring that in person to the Public Works Complex that address 3402 Cooney. That's also on that legal notice and publication. Bonnie Jones, the chair of the board, will also be taking any specific questions. Her information is also included in that legal notice that will go out. So if folks have specific questions to the fire service area that I wouldn't be able to answer, those questions can be directed directly to Bonnie.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So is there any other public comment on this? Any public comment? Seeing none, do we have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I'd move that we approve Resolution 2026-59, the intention to increase the Tri Lakes Fire Service Area fee schedule as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion by the commission? Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor of approving Resolution 2026-59, intention to increase the Tri Lakes Fire Service Area fee schedule, as explained by Jessica Makus, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Next item is a Resolution 2026-60, intention to alter the boundaries of the Sunny Vista Road Improvement District, number 1990-13.
Okay. Thank you, Chair Rolfe. Commissioners, again, my name is Jessica Makus, Special Districts Coordinator for Lewis and Clark County. Today is the public hearing regarding Resolution 2026-60, intention to alter the boundaries of the Sunny Vista Road Improvement District. A petition to alter the boundaries of the Road Improvement District was received by staff for the purpose of adding 3 additional benefiting properties and continuing to maintain the roads within the district. The proposed district is located at the northern end of Head Lane, including the last 1.3 miles of Head Lane, Sunny Vista Road, Blue Grouse Road, Sharptail Drive, Corral Road, and Tree Line Trail. You can see this on your map here. Franklin Mine is at the kind of the southern boundary of this particular district. And I'll show you here on the map quickly the 3 properties that are proposed to be added. So as you look at your map here, it's this property where my cursor is, this one, and this one. So these 3 properties just here. Road improvement districts are similar to rural improvement districts. However, they're administered under different statutes. Road improvement district statutes were repealed during the 2009 legislative session. However, a grandfather clause adopted subsequently directed counties to continue to administer road improvement districts according to the statutes as they existed prior to the repeal. The petition was signed by 79% of property owners within the proposed altered boundary of the district, satisfying statute requiring a petition of a minimum of 60% of property owners. There are 82 properties included in the proposed district boundary, which is an increase of 3. The original Sunny Vista Road Improvement District was created in 1990 to improve and maintain the road network within the district. Currently, annual maintenance is estimated to cost $46,153 per year, and benefiting property owners currently pay $148.80 per undeveloped property per year and $620 per developed property per year. The addition of the 3 benefiting properties, including 2 developed properties and 1 undeveloped properties, will bring that estimated assessment to $144.34 per undeveloped property per year and $601.80 90 cents per developed property per year. Maintenance items funded by the district will not change and will include snow plowing, grading, graveling, drainage control, and other maintenance and repair as necessary to preserve the road surfaces. If approved today, the resolution of intention to alter the boundaries of the district will be advertised in the Helena Independent Record. A notice will be mailed to all benefiting property owners, and public comments will be accepted until 4 p.m. on Wednesday, August 5th, 2026, at the Lewis and Clark County Clerk and Recorder's Office. The public hearing for the resolution to alter the boundaries of the district would be scheduled for Thursday, August 6th, 2026, at 9 a.m. in room 330 of the City County Building. Anyone who would like more information on the proposed resolution to create the district, to alter the boundaries of the district, can contact me at the Lewis and Clark County Public Works Department. Staff recommend the board approve Resolution 2026-60, intention to alter the boundaries of the Sunny Vista Road Improvement District, and open the comment and protest period. Thank you, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have.
Question for you. It seems like Franklin Mine Road kind of goes out that direction, but these new properties that have been added really aren't touched by a road. Is there an intention to extend Franklin Mine Road?
So that's a great question, Chair Rolfe, Commissioners. So as you zoom in here, we can see Franklin Mine, Head Lane, and then we take Sunny Vista Road actually to the west. And these properties are located, you turn here and come down this way. And that is how they're accessing these three properties. You zoom in, we can see that a little bit better. These maps are generally a little bit outdated as far as the aerial imagery, but this is the way that they're accessing these three. So they're using Sunny Vista Road as part of the district.
Okay. Other questions from the commission? Commissioner Payne.
Jessica, whose idea was this to include these? I mean, was it brought to you by the landowners out there, or just because you didn't have anything else to do?
Chair Rolfe, Commissioner Payne, great question. This was brought to us by the Sunny Vista Homeowners Association. They recognize that these three additional properties are benefiting from the district and would like to include them. It is a cumbersome process to include three additional properties. We can see that they clearly benefit. However, we have to go through this process with the petition and the three public hearings to give those properties the opportunity to protest and comment just like anybody else would have had when the district was created. Further?
So is the road that will be on the north end of those three properties, will that still be titled Franklin Mine Road, or will that have a new name?
So there is no extension of Franklin Mine. That stops, I believe, at Head Lane, and then I think it's called something else as it crosses to the west of Head Lane. But that stops. I don't know what it's more of almost like a driveway at this point coming south off of Sunny Vista Road to access these three properties. We can't see it on this aerial imagery, but if you were to go out there, you'd be able to see it on the ground today.
Other questions?
That's all.
Other questions from the commission? Is there any public comment on this? Any public comment on this item? I see no public comment. Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move we approve Resolution 2026-60, intention to alter the boundaries of the Sunny Vista Road Improvement District number 1990-13 as presented by Jessica Makus.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there further discussion from the commission? Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor of approving Resolution 2026-60, intention to alter the boundaries of the Sunny Vista Road Improvement District number 1990-13, as explained by Jessica Makus. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Next item on our agenda is a contract renewal between Lewis and Clark County and DataLink Networks.
Chairman Wolf, Commissioners, County Administrator Baltz, my name is Dawn Temple. I'm the Operations and Security Manager for Lewis and Clark County, working under James Thomas, the Director. Before you this morning is an agreement to renew our annual Microsoft licensing, which is provided through a Microsoft authorized reseller. The IT department reviewed the available competitively sourced contracts for this year. The same vendor, which was DataLink Networks, was chosen. They provided the best value and the lowest cost through a Sourcewell cooperative purchasing agreement. DataLink Networks has proven to be a valuable resource to ensure we were able to create the best licensing model for the flexibility needed throughout the organization. Our goal was to find the most cost-effective balance between annual commitment licensing, which includes a discounted price, and then having the flexibility of month-to-month licensing to fit the needs of the seasonal workforce in various departments. This agreement has been determined to be exempt from the county competitive procurement through an existing cooperative purchase agreement and has been reviewed and approved by both county procurement and the county attorney's office. The staff recommends approval of the agreement with the annual cost of $251,770.41 and authorizes the chair to sign. As an aside, our comparison for last year for our FY26 estimated spend was $288,371. So we actually are reflecting a cost savings here for the organization. I'd entertain any questions you all have.
Just for the public's information, let's just talk a little bit about the cooperative agreement we have with the city that you folks work under.
Yes, so we actually work in order to get the best price possible then for Microsoft licensing, we combine the users from the city and the county, which helps us then utilize additional discounts for cost savings on both the city and the county side.
All right, but your financial work is run through the county budgeting process, and that's why you're here.
Correct.
Okay. Other questions from the commission? Commissioner Payne.
Don, is this money in the 2027 budget, the fiscal year, or was it in 2026?
It's in the 2027 budget.
Thank you.
Other questions?
Mr. Chair.
Commissioner Hunthausen.
Thank you. Just for those that might be interested in understanding our system better, the number of users that benefit from this license, and I mean, there's nearly 400 people on the county side that are using this. So it sounds like a big number, but it's a ton of users and a ton of licenses, if you will, if I describe it that way. But just kind of explain it a little bit, how many people are using the system.
Sure. So we have about 800 users that we plan for, that we also protect under the Microsoft licensing model. So some of our cybersecurity comes out of that, but then also things that we're all using here every day, our computers and the Windows licensing, email, your guys' favorite probably, and then Word, Excel, PowerPoint, some of those things. But we have about 400 users on the city side and about 400 users on the county side that we serve with that licensing model. And then, of course, combining them both together, you can utilize economies of scale and get a bigger discount, which is what we tried to do.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Are there other questions from the commission? Is there then any public comment on this item? Any public comment? I see no public comment, so do we have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I'd move that we approve the contract renewal between Lewis and Clark County and DataLink Networks as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Any further discussion from the commission? Seeing none, we'll move to a vote. All those who in favor of approving the contract renewal between Lewis and Clark County and DataLink Networks, as explained by Don Temple, please say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Thanks for saving us some money this year.
You're welcome, commissioners. Have a good 4th of July.
The next item we have is a contract, or rather, Resolution 2026-63, ordering the cancellation of personal property taxes that have been delinquent for 5 years or more. Good morning.
We'll start all over again, won't we? Okay. So good morning. My name is Carrie Freeland. I'm the property tax supervisor for Lewis and Clark County. My duty is to collect real estate taxes, personal property taxes, and mobile home taxes. Before you have a resolution 2026-63 ordering the cancellation of personal property taxes that have been delinquent for more than 5 years. Lewis and Clark County Property Tax Department has gone to great resource to try to collect these taxes, but have found that these taxes cannot be collected. They're either a manufactured home that is sitting in a farmer's field that is a 63 or older, or these are uninhabitable mobile homes that Lewis and Clark County do not want to sticker or sell for profit.
So explain just a little bit more. If what happens to these folks if they want to sell one of these properties?
Excuse me?
If somebody wants to sell or get rid of one of these properties, what happens then?
Okay, to remove if we have a manufactured home out there that is sitting on a rented lot, the landowner has to go through abandonment process to gain ownership, which is a process through the sheriff's department. Once that abandonment process has met all legal standards, then the taxes have to be paid, and then the manufactured home goes into the landowner's name to be used or utilized or removed and taken to the landfill.
So, what is the process here? I mean, what do people, if it's ever changed property, then the property tax has to be paid in order to transfer any of the
Correct.
property.
Montana law and Department of Justice came together, and we appeared in front of the legislation. We had the law change where all taxes need to be paid before any ownership or moving deck could be issued for transportation or ownership changes on a manufactured home. And that way the counties are insured to get the taxes collected before any legal documents can be changed on that mobile home.
Okay. So if they don't ever do anything, the taxes still are going to be not paid, right?
Correct. Now, our other issue is that we have the ability to issue a writ of execution through the sheriff's department. But the law is perfectly clear that if the individual that we are executing that writ of execution on is on Social Security or very, very low income, we cannot actually take their income tax, Social Security, or any other assets. So we have never gotten to that point because we've always worked out something with the taxpayer to keep them off of that 5-year write-off.
Mm-hmm.
The mobile homes that appear on that list are ones that are not feasible to proceed with the writ of execution because we'll be wasting the county and the sheriff department's resources, and or they are sitting in a farmer's field that have no value whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I looked closely at each one of them, and a lot of them are repeat write-offs from year after year for the last 10 years. Until we can work out a solution with Department of Revenue to totally have them removed from the tax roll, they will stay there, and every 5 years they will be written off.
Other questions from the commission?
Mr. Chair, I think it was just answered. This is normal procedure for properties in this state, that they continue to be written off under the statute, and we just follow the process, right?
Right.
This is
This is the year-end cleanup for Lewis and Clark County, so our books will not be overflated for outstanding taxes.
Great, thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Is there any public comment on this? Is there any public comment on this? Seeing none, do we have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve Resolution 2026-63, ordering the cancellation of personal property taxes that have been delinquent for 5 years or more, as presented by Carrie Friedland.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion from the commission? Is there any further discussion from the commission? Seeing none, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor of approving Resolution 2026-63, ordering the cancellation of personal property taxes that have been delinquent for 5 years or more, as explained by Carrie Friedland, please say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Next, we have Resolution 2026-64, ordering the cancellation of real property taxes that have been delinquent for 5 years or more.
Good morning, County Commission, Commissioner Candace, Chair Tom, and Commissioner Andy Hunthausen. My name is Carrie Freeland. I'm the Property Tax Supervisor for Lewis and Clark County. My duties are to collect all billing types for Lewis and Clark County. Under Resolution 26-64, ordering the cancellation of real estate taxes that have been delinquent for 5 years or more. The list that I supplied you are residues from subdivisions, their roads, and their uncollected taxes that Lewis and Clark County cannot collect on. So I'm sorry. This is a year-end cleanup, and as you view that list, these are parcels that we visit every year that Lewis and Clark County does not want to take a tax lien or put it into the county's name. So we do a 5-year write-off. A lot of these are ditches, residues of small, tiny little pieces like 1/10 of an acre. And so MCA code says that either we write it off after 5 years or Lewis and Clark County has to take possession of the property. These parcels have been offered under the tax lien process, and they cannot be sold because you cannot guarantee clear title on them. So these are an inflated tax bill that is on Lewis and Clark County's books that need to be cleaned up.
Are there any questions? Commissioner Payne.
But this confuses me. It appears to me that it doesn't really clean it up. It just kicks it down the road for 5 years. Is that
okay?
accurate?
So that is a good department. That is a very good answer, Commissioner. We have a lot of subdivisions that the roads are basically, they're not owned by the subdivision. They're not owned by anybody, and the county does not fix them. I can't speak on behalf of their department, but we do have roads out there that are dirt roads going into people's property, but they're assigned name, but nobody owns them. Nobody takes responsibility for them. Usually it's the landowner that access those roads that maintain it. Now, what you're asking me is a better question for county planning than myself, but we do have roads out there that are residues from a subdivision that nobody pays taxes on.
So every once in a while I talk to people and they're concerned there's a road out there and everybody uses it, but nobody maintains it. Why can't somebody fix it? And
like I said, I can't speak on behalf of Public Works. Is that I believe for that road to become part of, to get it maintained, a resolution has to be done and they have to do a RID for maintenance. That's my understanding, but then again, that is not my department.
okay, thank you. I just there is historic law in Montana regarding adverse possession. And part of the adverse possession is that the property taxes haven't been paid on that property for the last 5 years. And so and this is outside of your realm of authority. So I'm just going to have to, I can discuss that with those guys over there at another time. Thank you, Carrie.
This is something that we address every year. It is, we have parcels out there that nobody will take a tax lien on. The issue is that it's a burden towards the county because we have inflated tax rolls out there. If we could utilize it with the Department of Revenue, the Property Assessment Division, where we could assess these properties as open class, which means they're exempt parcel and they do not generate a tax bill. Until we clean it up with the legislation, these parcels will stay on the tax roll and they will be billed out yearly, which in 5 years, when they go delinquent, then the county will be forced to either take ownership or we're going to write the taxes off. And at this point, a lot of the stuff from prior commission, they have decided that the county did not want that liability.
Any other questions from the commission? Any other questions from the commission? Is there any public comment on this? Any public comment? Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I'd move that we approve Resolution 2026-64, ordering the cancellation of real property taxes that have been delinquent for 5 years or more, as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve Resolution 2026-64, ordering the cancellation of real property taxes that have been delinquent for 5 years or more, as explained by Carrie Friedland. Is there any further discussion on it? Is there any further discussion? No, seeing none, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Next item on our agenda is Resolution 2026-57, setting the salaries for certain elected officials.
Good morning, Chair Rolfe and members of the Commission. Before you this morning is a resolution setting the pay for most elected officials for fiscal year 2027. The compensation is based on the same 2.7% cost of living increase given to all county employees, as well as any applicable additions required by statute or county resolution, and is shown on Exhibit A, which is attached. The recommendation for salaries was presented and approved by quorum in a publicly noticed meeting of the Lewis and Clark County Compensation Board on June 17th. Staff recommends your approval of Resolution 2026-57. And I can go over the table if you'd like me to, or I can answer any questions.
Do we have any questions?
Mr. Chair.
Commissioner Henhouse.
I don't need you to go over the table or anything like that, but just reiterate that, and this has been the way it's been since I've been on the commission. This is my 20th year, I think, going through this process. And we have, the elected officials have been treated essentially the same as the all county employees in terms of the COLA increase. We haven't done anything different. We've tried to do exactly what they've been offered. We offer to the elected officials, correct?
Chair Rolfe, Commissioner Hunthausen, yes, that's true. So each year, the elected officials have received the same cost of living adjustment that's been figured and budgeted for county employees. It's the COLA is given on the base annual salary. Employees get that same COLA plus all the other step increases that are approved through the budgeting process. So.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Are there other questions? Any other questions? Is there any public comment on this? Any public comment on Resolution 2026-57? Seeing none, do we have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move we approve Resolution 2026-57, setting the salaries for certain elected officials as presented by Carrie DeRozier.
Second.
Any further discussion on this from the commission? Seeing none, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor of approving Resolution 2026-57, setting the salaries for certain elected officials, as explained by Carrie DeRozier, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Next item on our agenda is Resolution 2026-58, setting the salary for Lewis and Clark County Justice of the Peace and establishing office hours.
Good morning, Chair Rolfe, members of the commission. Before you this morning is a resolution setting the pay for fiscal year 2027 and establishing the office hours for the Justice of the Peace. The salary for the Justice of the Peace is based on the same 2.7% cost of living increase given to all county employees and other elected officials. The base salary of these elected officials was approved through the vote of the County Compensation Board on June 17th. Staff recommends your approval of Resolution 2026-58.
All right. Do we have any questions from the commission? Any questions from the commission? Is there any public comment on Resolution 2026-58? Any public comment? I see none. Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve Resolution 2026-58 as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve Resolution 2026-58, setting the salary for the Lewis and Clark County Justice of the Peace and establishing office hours, as explained by Carrie DeRozier. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor of approving this Resolution 2026-58, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Next item on our agenda, board appointments. Mr. Baltz.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. This is item 3I on your agenda today. You have three different actions to consider today. Our method is we usually take them one at a time. The first one is the Heritage Preservation and Tourism Development Council. This is an 8-member board. Corey Canal, term expires June 30, 2026 and wishes reappointment. There were no other applicants. Staff recommends the commission consider Corey Canal for a second term that will expire June 30, 2029.
Do you have? Are there any questions of Mr. Baltz? Any questions from the commission? Is there any public comment on this board appointment? Any public comment? Seeing none, do we have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the board appointment of Corey Canaw to the Heritage Preservation and Tourism Development Council as explained by Roger Balls.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Any further discussion from the commission? Seeing none, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor of approving the appointment of Corey Canaugh to a term on the Heritage Preservation and Tourism Development Council for a second term that expires June 30th of 29. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Mr. Baltz?
All right, thank you, Commissioners. The next one is the Tax Appeal Board. This is a 5-member board. Gene Walburn. And Commissioners, just a clarification, you may have some paperwork that has a misspelling on this name. The correct spelling is Gene, Gene Walburn, and Shauna Helfert's terms expired June 30, 2026, and they both wish reappointment. There were no other applicants. Staff recommends the Commission consider Gene Walburn and Shauna Helfert for second terms that will expire June 30, 2029.
All right. Is there any questions from the Commission? Any questions from the Commission? Seeing none, is there any public comment on this appointment of Gene Walburn and Shauna Helfert to second terms that expire on June 30th of 2029 to the Tax Appeal Board? No public comment. Seeing none, do we have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I'd move that we appoint Gene Walburn and Shauna Helfert to the Tax Appeal Board as presented by Mr. Baltz.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion from the Commission? Seeing no further discussion, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor of approving the appointment of Gene Walburn and Shauna Helfert to second terms on the Tax Appeal Board for terms that expire on June 30th of 2029, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. And the next one.
Thanks, Commissioners. The last item for you to consider today is the Water Quality Protection District. This is a 12-member board. Adele Johnson's term expired on June 30, 2026 and wishes reappointment. There were no other applicants. Staff recommends the Commission consider Adele Johnson for a second term that will expire June 30, 2029.
Any questions on this appointment? Are there any questions? Any public comment on this appointment to the Water Quality Protection District? Any public comment? Seeing no public comment, do we have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the appointment of Adele Johnson for a second term to expire June 30th, 2029 to the Water Quality Protection District.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor of approving the appointment of Adele Johnson to a second term on the Water Quality Protection District for a term that will expire June 30th of 2029. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. We've arrived at that place in our agenda where we have no more items regularly on the agenda, but we always offer an opportunity for people to bring forth to the Commission things that concern them, that they're interested in, that are under the purview of our County Commission, but not on today's agenda. Is there any public comment? Is there any public comment? Seeing none, we're adjourned.